Hey, it's Enigma Hud. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am an American citizen who was born in Sri Lanka. We moved when I was just a few months old, but I am very proud of my country. And when I was born in 1983, and that's when the Sri Lankan Civil War was when war first broke out, and it has been raging my whole life. But in 2009, the Sri Lankan Civil War was over, and Sri Lanka won. Now, I'm Sinhalese, and the conflict is between the Tamils and the Sinhalese, and the Sinhalese emerged victorious in the war. What is happening right now, though, is that the UN and the European Union are trying to urge Sri Lanka to open up so that they can send their own people into Sri Lanka to investigate Sri Lanka and see if they did any bad things, if there were any war crimes, if there were any atrocities and things like that. To them, I say to the European Union, I say to the United Nations, Sri Lanka belongs to Sri Lankans. It does not belong to you. It belongs to us. This is our country. It's not yours, it's ours. We don't go to your country telling you what to do. We don't send our people over there to see if you're doing good or bad things. This is something that needs to be dealt with inside of Sri Lanka by Sri Lankans. Now, America, look at America. They went to Vietnam, they went to Iraq, they committed all kinds of atrocities. No one went to America to go and investigate them. What did they do? They dealt with it themselves, which is how it's supposed to be handled. It's handled inside. And how many times has America committed atrocities? During the Civil Rights Movement, so many blacks were killed by racist whites who lynched people, lynched thousands of people, and almost none of these people were held accountable for what they did. None of them suffered for their crimes. They were never brought to justice. And no one, the United Nations never did anything. There was only one man in America who wanted to go to the United Nations to take care of things. His name was Malcolm X. And to this day, the United States does not treat Malcolm X with the respect that he deserves. They just gloss over him in history class. They don't even teach him in history class anymore. It's so pathetic. But the point is, the matter was settled inside of America eventually by Americans. And this is a matter that's going to be settled inside of Sri Lanka by Sri Lankans. Now, were there atrocities committed? I think there were atrocities committed on both sides. Yes, probably there were atrocities. And it's unfortunate and it makes me sad. But this is something that needs to be dealt by Sri Lankans. We don't need our hand held by somebody else, by a European colonist, former colonist who tried to take over our country before. You're not going to do that. You're not going to take over our country. This is our country. It belongs to us. We are not children. Sri Lankans are not children, and we do not need anybody else to help us. Basically, what happened was the European Union threatened to place sanctions against Sri Lanka, which would result in a trade embargo or something like that, and it would result in hundreds of millions of dollars being withheld from Sri Lanka. The president, his name is Rajapaksa, essentially told them to go fuck themselves and take that money and shove it up your ass. Sri Lanka doesn't need your money. What Sri Lanka needs is its dignity. It needs its country. And that's what we have right now. Sri Lanka should not, it is not in its best interest to open up its country to foreigners, to invaders, so they can stick their nose in what is not their business. This is Sri Lanka's business. We were the ones who ended the war. Sri Lanka was the one who ended the war. Not the Norwegians, not the French, not the English. It was Sri Lankans. And it is going to be Sri Lankans who are going to settle and deal with all of its problems on its own. It doesn't need Europe's help. So, that's basically what I want to say. Sri Lanka is free.